So you guys will have to forgive me. I kind of look like shit today, but we're going to go ahead and start pulling down the Christmas stuff so we can go ahead and decorate the house for the holidays. Today's Thanksgiving. Happy Thanksgiving to you and my fans. Hope you guys are going to have a great turkey day, and I hope that you're going to enjoy everything that you do with your family. Again, I'm sorry I look like shit today. I don't know if I said that in the last clip. It's Thanksgiving Day. Just got done eating a very large breakfast. It's not time to get all dolled up yet for the turkey. So, look like shit. Gonna go ahead and grab the Christmas stuff out of the attic. I don't know why we have so much stuff. Boxes and boxes and boxes. And boxes and boxes. Oh, one of the boxes fell. So much. And just to talk about some of the things, because I'm sure it will come up, because you guys all have nothing but time to talk shit. We are Muslim. I've been Muslim since 2005. My wife obviously has been Muslim since she was born, being from Egypt and all. And we love our religion very much. Islam is a very peaceful, very loving religion, contrary to all the bullshit you see on the internet. But you guys follow the internet on everything else and believe everything else you see, so this might be a waste of my time to even explain it, but we love our religion, and our daughter is a Muslim little baby. And it does create some issues to a degree, because we do celebrate Christmas. However, we don't celebrate it as a religious holiday. And neither does probably 85 to 90% of the country anymore. Let's be realistic. Only a small fraction of our country anymore even bothers to celebrate Christmas as a religious holiday. Most of it, people go to the church for once in the year. They go to Catholic Mass, and all of a sudden they're celebrating it as a religious holiday. So we celebrate Christmas to exchange gifts with family and be with family. That doesn't change or alter that we're Muslim. So like I was saying, tons of boxes, way more to go still. We actually have 3 Christmas trees. We put up 3 Christmas trees ever since we did the renovations in the house, because we added the extra rooms and all the other extra stuff. We had to do 3 Christmas trees, one for Amira's room, one for the living room, and then we get a live tree for the family room for the holidays. Way more boxes to get. Keep you guys posted. You're gonna have to forgive me, but I know the numbers aren't really popping on the YouTube channel because there's no drama. In fact, who wants to see me fixing my canvas on my Dodge Charger, or who wants to see me hanging Christmas lights? I mean, there's a few that do, but ultimately you guys miss the drama. And so I'm gonna give you a sneak peek into some drama and let you know what's going on. Let me grab a seat so I can talk about this. All right, so currently right now, my Officer Woods with the Department of Corrections has issued a warrant for my arrest for violation of probation. That warrant consists of multiple pages, up to 7 pages in reference to violation. So that means it's going to be a technical violation, not new charges, obviously. But there's a long list of things that have happened that we haven't really talked about because we've kept it off the internet. Just so you know, the reason why, and if you guys go back to my orders, which a lot of you fucks for some reason know more about my orders than I do, because you have nothing fucking better to do with your time or life. But hey, the orders say that I had 60 days to get rid of all Metro State equipment. I had to stay in a hotel for 2 weeks, and I stayed at the Doubletree Hilton, so that you guys know, fresh out of prison, by the way, staying at a Hilton. But anyways, stayed there for 2 weeks, because the officer that I currently have right now said I was in violation of my deal because one of my cars in the front yard was a Metro State car. So we ended up stripping the car, moving the car, stripping my house, cleaning everything out of my house, because he walked through my house not once but twice, but 3 times. He went to my house 3 times to approve the address, and he kept denying the address, which is funny because everything was out of there. But then he was nitpicking things like the back seat in the Charger was hard plastic. Well, how does that make it a police car? Obviously the stickers and the lights totally get that. But when we start talking about a back seat that has nothing to do with one or the other, I think we're grasping at straws. But we went ahead and obliged. I was staying in a Hilton for 2 weeks, so what the hell? I had beautiful accommodations, the pool, everything. Had to register the vehicle. Did it. That car's been registered since we've owned it for almost 3 years. Had to get a new tag for it. Went ahead and properly registered that. Gave that information to Osceola. So we're a little confused on what the violation is. Again, it's got to be technical because there's no new warrants for any kind of criminal charge. The thing is, and we're a little confused again, but like when I was away still, they came to my home 3 times and they brought paperwork showing my phone calls, my visitation lists, who I visited with, and they provided all that information to Rania. And basically what they were trying to do was get Rania to say she wouldn't approve me to come to the home, because even though I own the house, she lives in the house, and under civil law, she would have to approve me living here as well, which of course she was doing all along. But they brought these visitation logs and the phone call logs to show her. They went into the Department of Corrections website using their IDs to print out page after page of phone calls and visitations, and brought those with them to bring to my wife, which was confusing because those are private situations in prison. So long story short, that was done. Then the whole car situation, then the 2 weeks in the hotel. And then on top of that, remind you, my orders say I'm on regular probation with a GPS. The GPS is only to confirm that I'm not doing funeral escorts. Nothing more, nothing less. It's not community control. I am not on community control. Oh, there goes our security. My neighborhood has top flight security, Craig. But anyways, I am not on community control. I'm strictly on regular probation. And it's funny because every time I try to go into Orange County, he continuously asks me where I'm going, who I'm seeing. That's not regular probation. That's community control. What's even funnier is once I applied for trucking school, which I'm sure all of you fuckers know since you posted me all over the internet, I had to get permission to go to the interview for the truck school. They knew I was going. They knew I was approved. They knew I applied. They knew I paid. And then they bring up the fact that they said that my license was suspended. And 2 jobs that I actually applied for as management were denied because they said that my license wasn't valid. I didn't understand what was going on at the time, but later on I went back and backtracked and found out that Woods had called and said my license was suspended. So I lost those job opportunities because they had given those positions to somebody else. Had I figured out the situation sooner, I would have been able to resolve that and secure those positions. So between the trying to show my wife information and going on and on and on, trying to keep me from my home, making me live in the hotel for 2 weeks, when in fact the judge's order later on was told to me that I had 60 days actually to get rid of the cars and the Metro State equipment and gear. And for some reason, my house and my address were never approved. I couldn't go home. They actually told me they were willing to give me a tent so I could go sleep in the woods until I could get the situation at my home resolved. But I wasn't allowed to go home and resolve it myself. So kind of a catch-22. And then come to find out again, I had 60 days to do it. Then we're talking about my wife, we're talking about the house, we're talking about the car. Oh, yes, and then you fuckers with all your fucking forums and your goddamn fucking Facebooks and Twitter accounts and your fucking whatever they're called, TikTok and all that shit in my name with my face. It's crazy because those things were brought up saying that I was in violation because those were user accounts and internet accounts that I've never had or opened or activated. In fact, the only account that I've ever had was the YouTube channel, which has been hacked and I can't even access it anyways. I haven't been able to access it for over almost 2 years. But I was pulled into the office and was told that they were going to violate me in reference to those if I didn't get those resolved. So, of course, I had to hire a mirror and get things going. But apparently they put out a warrant for me just recently. It was issued the day before Thanksgiving. Or I'm sorry. The packet was submitted the day before Thanksgiving. Because guess what? They did that knowing that no one would be able to solve, fix, or correct the problem for a couple of weeks because the holidays were here. Isn't that interesting? Again, I'm not on community control, but we're refusing to allow me to go into Orange County. And when we do let me go into Orange County, we're calling and harassing people to make sure that I'm going there, which that is community control, which is required that you verify all your information and what you're doing and how you're doing it and where you're going. That's not what I'm on. Yet, for some reason, every time I call to the office and I talk to different officers and different supervisors, they all say the same thing, that I'm on community control and strict probation because of GPS, which is funny because that is not the deal I signed. So that might be why the violation is out as well. The same persons or people that are trying to get my wife to see paperwork and call logs, they're maybe a little bitter. There's been information given to me. I know quite a bit, but we won't talk about it. But I'm sure some people aren't as happy as they appear to be as well. However the case, apparently coming out to my home and having to do their job properly is becoming a problem. Other than the new internet YouTube channel and the new email address, which have been registered properly, the car registered, and me traveling and going to school, because remember, they tried to then tell me that we're going to contact the state attorney's office to get my license resuspended, even though the Department of Motor Vehicles already cleared my license and said that requirement had been met. They waited until after I paid quite a bit of money to the trucking school to then go ahead and turn around and try to resuspend my license. That didn't gain traction. So because that didn't gain traction, then all of a sudden they turned around and filed for a warrant. They submitted the packet for a violation of probation warrant, and don't know what it is yet. Still looking into it. Hopefully Monday we'll have more information. Other than that, guys, if you don't hear from me sometime soon, probably sitting in jail, and I'm sure you'll see all that all over the place. Oh, guess who's back? Who violated? Yeah. So there's the drama that you guys have been waiting for. Hope it keeps you happy. Hope it helps you sleep at night, because God fucking knows you guys have nothing better to do. But miss talking to you fucks. Miss talking to everybody. Miss my fans. Still on the roof doing the Christmas lights. Even though I currently have a warrant pending, still out doing the Christmas lights for the family. What else are you gonna do, right? Anyways, you guys be safe. Motor One's moving. So we got the first room done with Amira's little tree there. See it? We got the stockings hung by the fire. So beautiful. And you want to violate my probation when my family is expecting me for the holidays for nothing, for a technicality that isn't even really a technicality, because if we were following the judge's orders, wouldn't even be violating. Home for the holidays with my family, and we waited to the last second to file for a warrant, so that way I won't be home for the holidays. My little baby daughter. She's so big now.